This is just a sample of the training available at itdvds.com. To see complete training, please go to itdvds.com. Let's begin the sample. Previously, we mail disabled or disconnected or removed a mailbox from Bob Smith. We can see Bob Smith's account is still in Active Directory, but no longer has a mailbox. So we need to reconnect that mailbox. If I click on the dots here, the ellipses, go to Connect a Mailbox. And there's Bob Smith's mailbox. So I can highlight it and click on Connect. And yes, I want to connect to the user account above. You can see the user account here in itdvds.local, Chicago, users, Bob Smith. And if I go to Active Directory, I can see that's the path to get to Bob Smith's account. That's the correct account, so I'll go ahead and select yes. If not, if I want to connect it to a different account, I can. Now, one thing to note is if you don't see the disconnected mailbox in here right away, that's because when you disconnect it, there is actually some maintenance that has to run in the background in order for it to show up here in your list of disconnected mailboxes. Now, there is a commandlet that you can run that will allow it to show up right away, or at least it'll manually run the maintenance so that the mailbox does show up in this list. And we'll get into that in our intermediate and advanced training. But for right now, we're just going to click on yes. It says the operation completed successfully. Changes will not become effective until Active Directory replication occurs. So if we've got a lot of different domain controllers, it can take a bit before the changes take effect. I'll just click on refresh, and there it is. So now we've reconnected that mailbox to Bob Smith's user account in Active Directory, and all of his mail that he had before we disabled it is still there. So this is definitely different than if we created a new user mailbox for Bob Smith. That would be a blank mailbox, and then all the mail he had previously wouldn't be around anymore. It would still be in that disconnected mailbox.